Hi all, I welcome you all again to this amazing class of Genie, where we are going to learn about the online lead strategies, and this is Model 5 Part 1. So continuing with this class, I'll be explaining about 50 more lead generation strategies that are actually useful in 2025 and how, based on the name, place, animal and thing that we have discussed before, we can apply these strategies to our brands respectively for having a good result, right? So, online lead strategy. Lead means to get an engagement, and strategy means to create a platform or create a somewhere where these leads or these people in certain form of objectives can be converted, right? Now, it is possible through both ways, online and offline, but covering the digital marketing part, we can just do it in the online mode, right? So, this is we're discussing online lead strategies, which includes three main elements. The first one is the awareness, the second one is the intent, and the third one is the purchase. So, coming up to the end, how awareness, intent, and purchase can drive a customer. Purchase creates a scenario where a customer ends up buying a thing, but before that, it needs to create a different instinct or some desire into the customer that if they're looking for, then this is the best, and if they're not looking for, so how can we make that product more attractive that they end up buying it? And they will end up buying it only when it is visible to them. So, this is why most of the brands try to do the awareness campaign on the meta, and for that, they continuously take up to more awareness things, leads, right? There are six objectives in meta: leads, traffic, awareness. So, out of them, the traffic and awareness are used for making a brand goal and brand available online to multiple account of people. Right. Suppose if there is a brand for some, let's say, towels, but you being in this India or in this Delhi are not well aware that a brand in Sikkim is trying to raise a towel brand. Will you be able to identify? No. But somewhere or the other, he bringing the sales for his own brand has a certain value, right? This is why things are changed on the basis of awareness. The more the brand has the awareness, the more it is popular among the people. And the more it is popular, the more demand or desire will increase. And the end result is always monetary profits or the purchases, right? So, lead generation, as we discussed right now, has three instincts, out of which it is a process that we are trying to attract the customer and we are trying to segment them that these are the products and services provided by a particular brand and you can purchase them, right? While we are doing this, we are trying to make it good aware that the lead generation is more of a lifeblood for sale funnels and it is the basic foundation for the business growth. Let me tell you a strategy that when you start doing the lead generation does not initially mean to bring in leads or people who are trying to purchase, but the basic awareness must be there. Suppose if you're working for a brand, you have done the SEO, you have done the websites, you have done every other thing that can be possible. But a part of 3 4 months down the line, they are telling you to bring some sales. Sales does not mean sales in initial 6 months. Sales can have different meaning that means to have an awareness. Sale can be done once if you're just going on with the brand, but sale can repeated be twice or thrice by the same customer if you're trying to create a brand awareness, right? We have multiple examples of companies in this segment: Mama Earth, Luxury LH, Little Hens, Little Millennium, Shopper Stop, Vishal, Rolex. ठीक है, so there are certain different examples related to this. Now when we understand what a lead generation basically means, then we have to identify that what is the parts that are covered in it, right? Starts with the attract model. See, agar you're watching something and you're attracted to it, you will have a certain intent to purchase it, right? You will either convert your mind, you will either convert your desires in that sense, कि आपका lifestyle will be more into that demand of product. For example, if there's a girl who's watching more of Pinterest and she's like really into sari, right? So she will keep scrolling, she will keep looking into it, and she will, what she will end up desiring that this is the one particular product that is more she attracted to, or that is more suitable on her body, or she will look beautiful after carrying it. So, what will happen? The attract funnel basically starts ranking the potential customer to their real product that they're desiring for. Now when you are very well sure कि ये product आपको अच्छा लग रहा है, what are you confirming at this time? You're offering a solution to the market कि ठीक है, as a customer you're sitting and you have a demand, and someday or the other if any brand tries to prove it, so you will end up converting, right? अब converting जब second possible choice होता है, so it is depending on three things. Firstly is the price, secondly is the aspects, I mean aspects can relate the informations to, and the third is related to the relations, right? देखो, कन्वर्ट आप तभी होगे कि कॉम्पिटिटिव प्राइस इधर लो हाई कुछ भी रहेगा, राइट? आप सेकेंडली उस चीज को तब लोगे जब उसका कोई प्रोडक्ट डिटेल बहुत क्लियर मेंशन होगा, राइट? एंड थर्डली आप तभी लोगे जब आप उस कस्टमर रिलेशन वैल्यू को बहुत सुंदर तरीके से बैलेंस आउट करोगे. अगर मानो you are going, sometimes we end up shopping and the customer is not very specific to us and we are with our mothers. So what do they end up doing? They end up saying, अरे जा ये तो ध्यान ही नहीं रख रहा है, क्या देगा ये, चलो इधर से. They have this sort of era, right? तो ये जो ऑरा होता है ना, ये कहाँ से आता है? They have things to feel कि अच्छा ठीक है, this person is trying to make me feel personalized, or this person is trying to provide me some benefits, a good relation, right? So on these basis we do have our demonstrations. The third point come is the closure. Now during this phase what happens, suppose if you have checked out 3 4 brands on alternative जो provide कर रहा है wonderful साड़ी with same details you want, or same descriptions that you were looking for, or the cloth material, pricing भी आपका select हो गया. So you will end up getting that product when you once analyze कि ठीक है, costing में कौन benefit है या कैसा है, and you will close that deal with one sort of brand that you might think is perfect in that particular product which you want, right? अब देखो, this is the three step जो एक क्लोज करती है अबाउट द डिसीजंस रिलेटेड टू द सेल्स. लेकिन suppose if you're not repurchasing that product with that certain brand again, do you think you're going to have a personal relation somewhere as a client or a customer? No, you won't end up having anything because आपने एक बार बाय करा है and you're not again sort of having any desire of product with them, right? तो ये क्या करता है, ये एक री एंगेज के प्रोसेस को क्लोज कर देता है. और जब तक ये इनिशिएट नहीं हो रहा है ना, वी कैन नॉट आइडेंटिफाई एज अ ब्रांड कि वो कस्टमर इज सेटिस्फाइड, राइट? सपोज कि आपका एक कलेक्शन वन आया, द पर्सन एंड अप गेटिंग इट. अब अगर द सेम पर्सन एंड्स अप गेटिंग द प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम कलेक्शन टू, means he or she is like really appreciating your brand. If They are not appreciating. It means they will switch to something cheap, something low class, something different they have an interest in. Can be anything, right? इसलिए when we study about the lead marketing, there are two things. Leads can be purchased from both ways, ठीक है? जो अभी तक हमने 4 स्टेप्स करे हैं, इन्हीं 4 की बेसिस पे अब ये 2 कैटेगरीज में डिवाइडेड है. These 4 can happen in online mode also, and these 4 can happen in offline mode also. Online mode में क्या है? We have the leads coming through company websites and landing pages. For example, अगर कोई company है and they are doing far better. Let's take it Thomas Cook and Sons. They were doing it far better. But what happened? Lead नहीं आ रहे थे. एजेंसी बंद हो गई. टूरिज्म का उनका पूरा वेबसाइट क्लोज आउट हो गया. So they're not having leads through online. This is why maintaining online, even as a website, takes a lot of gut and takes a lot of strategy to do. Right? Now let's take a different example of matchless gift shop. This matchless gift shop is even in London and was started from Bengal, and it is one whole chain, right, of bookstores. So ये bookstore with the name of Matchless Gift Shop ये क्या कर रही है? They're promoting their website to as a static page, landing page सब कर रहे हैं. But their presence is more significant related to strategic approach. ठीक है? Now, a part of this, what are they doing? They're trying to bring up new blogs related to festivals or promoting their book related to any particular sort of event that can, contribute to their teachings or learnings. Or they're trying to engage the same books and websites into the social media, the digital media, and different social platforms. So, what is all it doing about? It is about all converting the online version. Now, when we talk about the email and text marketing, it means that the online presence must be maintained by a website doing push factors. Now, be it the work, now be it the static, now be it e-commerce, any sort of website or any sort of name, place, animal thing brand. If that thing is covering up a push factor, a social media, a landing page, that means through online, these are the basic paths that one can bring organic traffic on without paying. Right. Now, for payment, what happens? We can add on certain campaigns. And इसमें आप you can add a point of Facebook ad messengers or Facebook ads or Meta Business Suite. Three of them are one. ठीक है. जब we are looking on the online part कि ऐसा ऐसा due to them, due to the ads also you can get some earnings or run some leads. So what is it talking about? It is talking about the online benefits that a brand can make. अब ऑफलाइन में कैसे आप लीड लाओगे? Either it can be through podcast, either it can be through the quiet home marketing channels. ठीक है, either it can be through direct mall marketing, stores pull out करना, small events में अपना stalls खड़ा करना, all of that. Either wrapping, bus wrapping and car wrapping or certain other push factors. ठीक है, तो ये सब क्या है? ये ऑफलाइन का लेवल है. टाइम ज़्यादा लग रहा है, एफर्ट ज़्यादा लग रहा है एंड यू आर नॉट बेसिकली एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई कि कितने लोग हो तक मैं पहुंच पाया हूँ. राइट. एवरी ऑफलाइन मेथड हैज अ रिस्ट्रिक्शन. तभी पीपल आर ट्राइंग टू टर्न टू डिजिटल वन क्योंकि उसमें रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है. इवन इफ यू सिटिंग इन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर एंड एट द ग्रेटेस्ट लॉस you can easily reach out to Nepal and let them know for some help. So this is why कैसे हुआ वो? Because it is through the online mode, right? So brands setting from far across can monitor their clients, can study their clients, and on similar pace, the clients can study their brands and everything they want, right? अब इन दो मोड्स के साथ साथ द लीड्स आर फर्दर डिवाइडेड इनटू टू एस्पेक्ट्स. ठीक है. Leads is one of inbound and the lead second one is of outbound. The inbound leads are like they come through some platform, and outbound leads are that we are performing something out of which we are getting the leads. Suppose you're running social media, you're doing all the organic SEO, you're doing the content marketing, the content creations. ठीक है. अब इन सब को देख के लीड आना चाहिए एट अ बेटा कॉस्ट. नाउ इफ यू चेक आउट कि अगर आउटबाउंड होता है तो ये किस किस से मिलता है. ये उसी से मिलेगा, पीपीसी एडवर्टीजमेंट से. ठीक है. अपना कोल्ड आउटरीच करने से, लेट्स से इन्फ्लुएंसर मार्केटिंग से, या कंटेंट सिंक्रोनाइजेशंस कोई अपना वीडियो बनाने से, ट्रेंडिंग वीडियोस दैट मीन्स. ठीक है. तो ये सब क्या है, ये सब आउटबाउंड लिंक क्रिएट करते हैं. अब ये जो आउटबाउंड लीड्स हैं ये हमें मिलती है इन प्लेटफॉर्म से. हमें ना खुद कुछ नहीं करना होता है ताकि हम बैठ रहे हैं या फिर हम कुछ बना रहे हैं और अपना फॉर्म आ रहा है. ये बैठे बैठे फॉर्म आता है. ठीक है. Now, understanding that while lead generation matters in 2025 is a whole complete different aspect. ठीक है. Competition is increasing across digital platforms, making high quality lead generations critically. देखो, कंपटीशन बढ़ रहा है. 2025 में पीपल आर मोर एआई ड्रिवन. अगर आप मेटा में भी नोटिस करोगे तो देर इज अ सर्टेन पार्ट व्हेन वी डू द प्रैक्टिकल, आई विल शो यू दैट देर इज अ सर्टेन पार्ट दैट समटाइम आस्क्स कि आप एआई मैनुअल एआई करना चाहते हो या मैनुअल ऐड लगाना चाहते हो. Once you do the manual, you have to fill in the interest, audience, behavior, age, specifications, locations, everything. Now, when you're doing it automatically, what happens? It is not just making it automatic, it is trying to, be making it very degraded. क्योंकि क्या हो रहा है, आप सोच रहे हो कि आपका जो एकदम पेज है, ब्रांड है, वो बहुत न्यू है, एंड देन आप एआई पर्सनलाइज मेटा ऐड चला लोगे. दैट विल ब्रिंग सम वेरी गुड सेल, है ना. अब सोचो मेटा को पता ही नहीं है फ्रॉम पास्ट 6 मंथ्स की अगर उसकी खुद की एड उस ब्रांड पे चल रही है नहीं चल रही. सेकेंडली, अगर वो उस ब्रांड पे अपना इनिशियल दे चुका है या नहीं दे चुका. थर्डली, इफ ही इज अवेलेबल. तो मैंने देख लिया था when there are some brands that are trying to create some advertisements and they were choosing the AI segmentations. तो क्या होता है, they are trying to make things the startup smart brands will tell. ठीक है. They try to make smart things कि हमने तो ad चलाया but there was no result. Dear, you were running the AI ad but that AI ad had no content या पर्सन टू रीच आउट टू. सो क्या ही उसमें एआई सेगमेंटेशन करेगा. दिस इज वाई यू नॉट गेटिंग योर रिजल्ट्स, राइट. Even in modern consumer demands, the personalization and trust of the data privacy has been compiled. अगर आप बताओ कि जो भी, हाँ, लाइक वी हैव डिस्कस बिफोर, जो भी डाटा होता है, डू यू थिंक दैट डाटा इज अवेलेबल फॉर अ मच लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम? No. The data, if it is not secured, can be accessed by any other person. And this is one example that I had a meeting with one of the person who was cloud manager in this Tihar jail. ठीक है. So what happened? It's a long backstory based on my previous experiences. So what happened that he was asking for some cloud server. We provided him with the best of the codings that was possible. Later on, what happened? Some of the server that was not converted was hacked, and legally we just got that back due to some hyping and all. It was covered. But yes, just making you well aware, if your brand is sticks to 1 year old, you can try to apply for AI driven lead generations. But before this, always try to identify कि जो भी आपका brand है, is it worth digesting that strategy or not? Okay, coming up to this part, these are the four ways that shows that how they copy paste and just with their these four elements, how are they helpful and how are they done. So yes, starting with the first one, a prospect wants to solve the pain joint. ठीक है, अगर चलो मानो let's take an example कि एक बंदे को joint pain है and he's trying to find a solution for that. ठीक है, second क्या करेगा? Second will also solve, but what will he solve? At the second step, the digital marketing person has to put a prompt that talks about the discovery of business through organic driven ads and social media, right? These are the three platforms that one has to be very well aware of, and they have to put up a way जहाँ पे ऑर्गेनिक सर्चेस से रिलेटेड हो. अगर मानो कोई कीवर्ड पुट ही नहीं कर रहा है, हाउ कैन वी अज्यूम कि वो कीवर्ड से रिलेटेड जो भी एसईओ फॉर द पेजेस एंड ऑल हुआ है, दैट विल बी रैंक. इट वॉन्ट बी राइट. अगेन, डिस्प्ले एड्स आर फ्रॉम गूगल एडसेंस, अगर चलाया ही नहीं है, so how can you compare the people that are already sponsored and you doing nothing? Right. I have seen people in the industry जो sponsored नहीं चलाते हैं, but they have such a desire कि मेरे को फर्स्ट नंबर पे आना है. एंड फर्स्ट नंबर पे, तो जब ऐसा होता है, व्हाट हैपेंस, अगर मानो सोशल मीडिया पे या फिर कहीं भी आपने गूगल ऐड या यूट्यूब एड्स या किसी चीज पे भी आर नॉट वेरी श्योर एंड व्हाट यू आर पुटिंग इन, सो how can one as a brand assume ki theek hai, these are the workings that can be helpful for someone? It is not that easy, right? This is why we already suggest people to have some Google ads running, to have some awareness ads running. And you, as a digital marketer person, also have to always let the other person know ki yes, this is the point that unless you do it, we are not going to have some results. The ads, the landing pages, everything must have a CT button. And CT button is as important as a body having a brain. If body does not have brain, can it work? Can it wrestle down? Or let's take an example between a dead body and a live person. The only difference is about the soul, right? If the dead person doesn't have a soul in it, he won't be responding. This is why he's dead. Ultimately, if you're making a meta ads or you're trying to build some traffic or sales and for even for leads, but you're not putting the CTA button, right? Click through action button, then it is a zero because the person is not able to identify the ad is based for what. बहुत सारे थाई ब्रांड्स होते हैं जो एक डिओड्रेंट को लाइक अवेयरनेस करने के लिए, सेल आउट करने के लिए, दे मेक अ सर्टेन एडवर्टीजमेंट की समझ ही नहीं आता है व्हाट दैट एडवर्टीजमेंट इज really related to. But when you try to, watch it till the full, then you understand how, okay, ठीक है, या डिओड्रेंट का, परफ्यूम का, या जो भी है, ये एड है. बट इससे पहले क्या हो रहा है? इससे पहले इट इज नॉट क्लियरिंग. एंड एशियन मार्केट में ऐसा नहीं चलता. लेट मी बी वेरी क्लियर. ठीक है, एशियन मार्केट नीड्स अ हुक, and hook is only for 3 seconds. Look at the person that is just associated with you for 3 seconds. How can you cater his desire and make him stop to watch the reel till you show the product or service? And at the last, when everything is done, you as a brand have to download all of the forms or the results or the contacts that are fetched by the customers over your advertisements, websites, landing pages, forms, anywhere. ठीक है? And you have to make them hook कि how are you going to provide them these services on a very regular basis. So these are the four parts that we try to, catch up the audience and generate a lead online. There are five types of leads. So when you get the leads, now out of this, just not to waste the time, you can make sure that what kind of lead you're getting and how you can respond to them. Right. The first one is new lead. Like there are certain startup businesses or certain travel companies that are, recently launching. And a part of this, people can be interested. So they apply or they, try to click the CTA button related to its working and they are expecting a result. They're expecting a message, they're expecting some query solutions, they're expecting some books or anything as per their demands. So when a person is interacting for the very first time with the business, he is a new lead, right? And when a business is actually having a working for that lead or they're trying to provide the solution to that lead, so what is it? It is the working lead. ठीक है कि अगर the lead is asking me to show some real time pictures so that they can buy, suppose if it's this bottle and someone wants to see कि real time image कैसा होता है इसका, how it is, the glossy size, weight, color. So they will ask for the pictures, testimonies and everything. This was just related to a bottle. It can be related to any other thing, right? And that is the working lead. Now, when the working lead is really getting interested and he is trying to purchase it, right? Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but yes, he is interested, right? Let's take it in a positive sense. So that is called a nourishing lead. Take care. You have to nourish them later, if also possible. Like it comes in the mostly educational sectors or festive offers कि इंक्वायरी कर ली 3-4 schools में and they are selecting a best school for their child, right? Now what will happen? Either they will come up with part के ठीक है, we have to get our child registered to this branch, or either when the calls are done on regular basis or alternative as per the brand, so the client ends up saying कि I'll let you know when I'm looking for, visiting your school or coming up for the registrations or bookings, right? So all of these are again related to what? Nurturing leads. You have to call them back again. You have to let them know that you, as a brand, had conversation with them on a very premium or prior point of view, and now you're trying to provide them, give them new services, maybe with new benefits, maybe with new discounts. Like that's it. The next is about the unqualified lead. So sometimes what happens that people usually decline. Okay, not 100 leads you're getting are 100 on 100 interested, nor either the uninterested leads or the nourishing leads can convert into interested. So this is why what happens sometimes the leads are unqualified. They either might having a different idea of purchase, a different cost barrier, anything can be added up to this part. So this is why they decline from purchasing. The next is about the qualified leads. So sometimes a business end up having a part in purchase, and when they are complete with their demands कि अच्छा ठीक है, this is how they are going to complete or this is how they are going to purchase and everything is sorted, so उसको क्या बोलेंगे? Qualified leads, that they have invested into the brand's product or services, right? Now talking about next, we are covering about the quality and quantity of leads. See, in previous scenarios, what was the part back in 2012 to 2018, let's say, people were more concerned about the quantity. कहीं से भी आ रहा है, कैसा भी डाटा आ रहा है, दे आर कंसर्न्ड कि और इस बंदे ने ऐड चलाई है, 100 नंबर आ जाते हैं लीड में, 50 नंबर आ जाते हैं लीड में। अरे भाई 50 में से 20 तो अनक्वालिफाइड है, 10 कन्वर्ट नहीं हो रहे तुम्हारे और बाकी 15 बचे वो फोन नहीं उठा रहे, गलत है उनका नंबर या लोकेशन दूर की है। बचे 5, वो तुम कन्वर्ट कर रहे हो लेकिन वो विजिट करने नहीं आ रहे, उसमें से एक ही रजिस्टर हो रहा है। तो 50 में से 1% रजिस्टर हुआ है कैन बी टेकन एज अ पॉजिटिव, बट लुक एट द सिनेरियोज जहाँ पे डाटा गलत निकला है, डाटा इनवैलिड निकला है, अनक्वालिफाइड निकला है। इन सब सिनेरियोज का क्या करेंगे? This is why from 2022 there was a different analytics given out to make this environment in a proper way. ठीक है? तो क्या हुआ? There were things talking about the competitive environment. There were people talking about the acquisition scenarios, ROIs and everything. So अब leads को ना बहुत ज़्यादा segregated कर दिया है. The ads that are running for a specific distance, specific location. The ads are running for only specific demands of audience. ठीक है? So having a surety about these strategies, a brand is trying to, elevate its presence in very specific niche. अगर मानो a school is just based in Dwarka, now the brand is very smart these days. They know कि मेरा brand द्वारका में है या फिर उनका brand only in let's say अशोक विहार में है. सो अब स्कूल में बच्चे दूर से नहीं आते हैं, स्पेसिफिकली इफ इट्स अ डे केयर, प्री स्कूल, अ क्रच, even if it's an elementary school. Kids come from maximum to 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. इससे दूर तो कोई भी नहीं आएगा. They would end up preferring their local or nearby school, no matter what, right? No mother wants to share it that far. It can be risky at all sorts and all ends, right? सो अब ब्रांड को भी पता है एट द अदर पेस कि नहीं होगा, सो अपना सेगमेंट टारगेट वो वही रखते हैं कि इट कैन ओनली रीच टू पीपल दैट आर लिविंग इन 5 kilometers, लेट्स से, or the people who are really interested in toddlers, day school, or people who are looking for their kids to be nourished by a proper preschool or elementary schools, something like that. So brand is playing really smart. अब इसमें जो भी हमारे इम्प्रेशंस, रीच, क्लिक्स या कुछ भी आ रहा है, दैट ऑल इज रिलेटेड टू व्हाट? रिलेटेड टू दैट मनी. अगर मानो a brand is putting 100 rupees, so they will only end up getting the point of 100 rupees का conversion. एंड मार्केट ऐसे नहीं चलती है. इफ योर कॉम्पिटिटिव ब्रांड्स आर डूइंग समथिंग related to 500 per day, let's say 1000 per day, so you as a competitive edge also have to compete with their costings. ठीक है? You cannot give a product for 10,000 rupees and run an ads for 100 rupees for leads, or let's say 1000 rupees for leads. The ratio of product and the campaign must be very in simultaneous. क्योंकि there are multiple brands, multiple competitive edges sitting in the market already. If you want to excel, you have to excel in two categories. Either one from the cost, either second from the strategies कि कितने multiple frequency में आप उस advertisement को दिखा रहे हो. There are two parts, the frequency of ad and the times. ठीक है? फ्रीक्वेंसी इज लाइक कि एक ही ऐड कितनी बार एक दिन में दिखना चाह रहा है, 2 बार, 3 बार, 7 बार इज द मैक्सिमम. आप उस एड को कितना रिपीट करना चाह रहे हो टू द पीपल, टू वन कस्टमर इफ यू वांट टू शो, तो कितने बार, टू द सेम ad will be shown 15 times, to how many customers. You can divide those customer segmentations into 15 maximum. ठीक है? देखो अभी ये जब हम प्रैक्टिकल करेंगे, दैट विल बी अ डिफरेंट पार्ट व्हेन वी ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, एंड दैट इज वेरी क्विक. अभी मे बी थ्रू द थ्योरी पार्ट it might be quite difficult to adapt or understand, but yes, it's worth it. ठीक है? Similarly about the quantity and quality, the between part होता है balance. Now if you look at this, balance क्या है? Balance is about getting a very diversified leads. ठीक है? अगर मानो कि आपका लीड आ भी गया है, but it is not potential for this time, you can save that lead for later, and that will be counted in balance leads. For example, you're putting some money, but the money is not resulting you for now. It is resulting you for future. That means it is the balance. क्वांटिटी मतलब आ ही रहा है भाई, कितने को भी जा रहा है। एंड क्वालिटी मीन्स व्हेन यू हैव अ बेटर आरओआई। ठीक है, आरओआई क्या होता है? नॉट द रिटर्न ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट वाला पार्ट। आरओआई इन मेटा मीन्स व्हेन यू आर हैविंग अ मनी स्पेंड फॉर वन लीड। लेट्स से आपने 100 रुपीज स्पेंड करा, यू आर गेटिंग 5 लीड्स, लेकिन 5 की 5 क्वालिटी लीड्स हैं। दे आर स्पेंडिंग 20,000 रुपीज फॉर योर प्रोडक्ट्स, they are giving you every initial that you want, they are having a good relationship with you. So 5 into 20,000, what leads to 1 lakh rupees? So putting just 10,000 gave you a revenue of 1 lakh. It's like 10x, right? Or let's say I'm just taking in the 10x ratios. So it's a 10x value. Now these are the quality leads. But ROI क्या होगा? Divide the 5 leads to 1,000. ठीक है, वो 200 per lead से something like that. So ROI क्या हुआ? It is way high. ROI must be less, must be 3 rupees, 1 rupees, must be in paisas, right? So paisas में तो tobacco when you're having a very old brand working with. In current scenarios, it comes to 20, 10, 15, 8 rupees per lead आपकी कितने की पड़ी? That is shown in here, right? सो क्वालिटी, क्वांटिटी एंड द बैलेंस, इन तीनों को समझना इज अ वेरी बेसिक पार्ट। ठीक है, आइडेंटिफाइंग देम। अब इसके बाद वी हैव द बिटवीन पार्ट वेयर द ब्रांड हैज टू बी। ब्रांड डजंट ऑलवेज नीड्स टू फोकस ऑन क्वालिटी, क्योंकि आप क्वालिटी पे जाओगे ना, यू विल एंड अप गेटिंग ओनली वन पर्टिकुलर सेगमेंट या एरिया टू वर्क ऑन। ठीक है, आप उसी में क्वालिटी ढूंढोगे। लेकिन अगर आप एकदम क्वांटिटी में भी चले गए कि भाई नहीं, मेरे को तो पूरे इंडिया में दिखाना है, बेशक आप खाली एक छोटे से गुजरात के जामनगर में एक अपना प्रोडक्ट दे रहे हो, लेकिन पूरे इंडिया को दिखाना है, दिखाओ दिखाओ दिखाओ, बेचना ही नहीं है। ठीक है, क्वांटिटी पे जाके भी क्या हो रहा है? लॉस ऑफ मॉनेटरी होता है। ब्रांड ऑलवेज हैव टू बी इन बिटवीन, एंड इसके स्ट्रैटेजीज होती हैं। Brand always have to run their awareness and traffic campaigns that cost 86 to per day. You can run up to 7 days or 14 days in a month, depending on how you want to segment it out. Next is about the quality. How are you getting the quality? It is about the basis of money that you want to earn with. You want to earn with leads, you want to earn with sales, promotions, app promotions, like whatever you are having a brand demand, you're going to put that thing, और उसकी वजह से it will try to provide you the quality. अब बीच में बैलेंस भी होना चाहिए। सो दिस इज वाई अलॉन्ग विद दिस बैलेंस अपने आप हो जाता है व्हेन वी कीप चेंजिंग द क्रिएटिव्स, क्योंकि सारा खेल एक एडवर्टीजमेंट में किस चीज का होता है? इट इज अबाउट द क्रिएटिव्स। ठीक है, मैंने एक रील डाला, अकॉर्डिंग टू मी दैट रील इज परफेक्ट फॉर एडवर्टीजमेंट, लेकिन उस पे कितने आरओआई आया? 20 आया, है ना? पर 1,000 पे, पर 10,000 पे, क्या है वो? इट शोज अ हाई एक्सपेंडिचर। बट अगर मानो मैंने दूसरा क्रिएटिव डाला और वो दूसरा क्रिएटिव मेरे को ऑन द अदर हैंड बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट देके गया है, वो मतलब अवेयरनेस भी दिया है, इंप्रेशंस भी दिया है, लेकिन इतना ज्यादा उसने लीड सेल्स नहीं दिया है, आरओआई अच्छा गया है, मेरा स्टैट्स बहुत हाई हुआ है, ट्रैफिक ज्यादा है मेरी वेबसाइट पे, सो क्या है? क्वालिटी अनलिमिटेड आई है मेरे पास, है ना? उसमें से बैलेंस्ड अपने आप निकल जाते हैं, क्वालिटी अपने आप निकल जाती है। सो दिस इज हाउ यू हैव टू मैनेज इट एज पर द ब्रांड्स डिमांड। ठीक है, we'll continue the slides again in part 2. So this is a very focused topic and very practical topic. Try to learn it as more as possible, right? See you later.